72 hours to get to 3 Champions League matches across Europe. Let's go. I'm Sports Travel Tom. I love to travel for sport and adventure. If you do too, we'd love you to subscribe.
It did feel right to begin my journey at Real Madrid. Of course, the European champions beginning their title defence.
Let's see where we end up then on this trip. Would love you to leave a comment and let me know out of the 3 experiences I get to, which one you would love to do the most. Hey, good omen to start the trip. Gate 15 for Madrid. That's how many Champions League titles Real have. I don't have a lot of time when I land in Madrid, just a couple of hours before kickoff, so the first test is on Ryanair.
Please don't be late.
It wasn't, so Madrid, here I come.
I should point out that so far I have only booked a ticket to tonight's Real Madrid game. Who knows where I'll end up tomorrow or the day after. Right now though, welcome to Madrid. I'm on time and it's 3 hours until kickoff.
Madrid, the city where flamenco was born, great tapas and football. To get to the Santiago Bernabeu from Madrid's airport, it's really easy and takes around 40 minutes on the metro. You'll need to jump onto line 8 for 5 stops, then change onto line 10 for 1 stop.
Welcome everybody to the Santiago Bernabeu, the home of Real Madrid, the home of the European champions, and match 1 of hopefully 3 Champions League fixtures this week.
The first thing that strikes you as you come out of the metro station is the sheer scale of the Bernabeu and just how wonderful it looks with its completed renovations. For a nighttime kickoff, make sure you get here when the sun is setting to see the light glistening off the building. The second thing that hits you is the atmosphere, the buzz on the street. Oh, by the way, if you want a picture with those mascots, they'll charge you. This is a tourist destination, not a football stadium, don't forget. With just a short walk around the stadium, one key ingredient is very obvious at the Bernabeu.
Its location, right in the city. There's bars and cafes and restaurants right around this stadium, which just adds so much to the atmosphere. Every football stadium should have one of these. A European town square, warm weather, and everybody out having a drink before the match. This is such a nice atmosphere. Just look at everybody having a great time, and then the stadium is just up there. It's fantastic. You can also, there's restaurants, cafes, bars, newsagents, where you can get some snacks. And also there's a newsagent that sells cans of beer for €1.60. Take that all day long.
I did. Well, it's essential pre-match according to these fans.
I mean, if you're going to come to the best stadium in the world, I think like the best thing to do would be to come here early, to get a couple of drinks, to get a bit tipsy before getting into the stadium, and enjoying the best club in the world.
Have a cold beer before the match. I think it's the most important one.
Yeah.
Because here all the people are amazed by the stadium. Also the ones that come from outside of the country.
Yeah.
But the ones of Madrid also, every time I come here, I see the stadium and I say, oh,
need a beer.
This is beautiful. Yeah.
It's good advice as well. You can't get alcohol inside the Bernabeu, although there is talk of that changing, with the stadium getting a brewery in-house built soon. In the meantime, this is the €1.60 a beer newsagent. They also have a very handy bounce bag drop, so you can store your luggage whilst you attend the match. You do need to pre-book on the Bounce app, but it is good to know about. Now, talking of the match,
With an hour to kick off, I think it's time to get into the Santiago Bernabeu. When you come to any football ground, there is always that moment, isn't there, when you walk out and you see the grass. Well, welcome to the Santiago Bernabeu.
Inside there are bars serving meal deals and snacks and non-alcoholic beer. If you're in one of the higher rows, you'll need the energy to get to your seat.
Not gonna lie, it's like climbing Ben Nevis. It is steep.
I needed that. This meal deal of a bottle of water and a sandwich, by the way, cost me €12. Once I'd settled in, the prime atmosphere began to build. And just look at these Stuttgart fans here. The Bernabeu holds 85,000 people tonight. I was pretty ecstatic to be one of them. I bought my ticket for tonight's Real Madrid game at the Santiago Bernabeu yesterday using StarHub, and I have to say it's all been very smooth. I paid €80 for my ticket. That was a ticket price of €60 and then service charges on top. Once I placed the order, I had the order confirmation very quickly, and the ticket was delivered to me by the time I woke up this morning. I always put the full details of my ticket buying process on the website sportstraveltom.com. With all of that said, it was time for Real Madrid to begin their title defence of the UEFA Champions League.
There we go! Real Madrid have scored!
It was Kylian Mbappe, of course, who opened the scoring for Real Madrid, although the home fans were a little quieter when Stuttgart got an equaliser in the 68th minute. Cue the Stuttgart fans. No worries for Real Madrid though, they were back in front soon enough.
Real Madrid have set the stadium alight.
Real sealed the win when Endrick became the club's youngest Champions League goal scorer with the last kick of the game.
So there we go, Champions League match day 1 complete at Real Madrid. It's been a phenomenal night experiencing the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid get the win, 3-1 winners over Stuttgart, and for me it's time for a night's sleep, and tomorrow morning we'll work out where we're going to go for Champions League match day 2 tomorrow night.
The morning of Wednesday the 18th of September, and I've booked my next match day and destination. Starting my Champions League journey across Europe at Real Madrid was the fitting beginning. They are the European champions. Now it's time to head to a club who desperately want to be European champions. I've booked myself a ticket for the Paris Saint-Germain game tonight. Time to get back to the airport. I am sad to be leaving Madrid and the Santiago Bernabeu behind so quickly, but from the Spanish capital to the French capital and the Parc de France for a 9 o'clock kickoff. Got my tickets for tonight's Paris Saint-Germain match from Live Football Tickets. Pretty straightforward as well. I'm just waiting for the ticket to come through, but it's worked out at around €85, so not bad for a Champions League match. My second of hopefully 3 this week. So it's a quick dash to the airport and a flight from Madrid to Paris on Iberia. Talk about last minute planning and booking. This is exciting though. So back to the airport it is. We know the drill by now. Line 10 for 1 stop, line 8 for 5 stops. So far Europe's transport system has been on my side. Let's hope it stays that way. I like Madrid's airport. It's spacious, light and never feels too crowded. It's a perfect bit of respite on the otherwise frantic journey. Although there is just one thing keeping me on my toes as we approach departure time. I'm now just waiting for the delivery of the ticket. I'm kind of hoping it gets here before I take off, just to ease the nerves a little bit. Otherwise, let's hope it's in my inbox when I land in Paris. My ticket ticket for the PSG match tonight has arrived. We are all set for the second Champions League match in 2 nights. It does say actually I do have to print it off, so hopefully the hotel can help me out with that. And that's where I'm heading to now. This is all going very smoothly. 2 Champions League matches in 2 days and just 1 more to go tomorrow. Here's a little travel tip for you if you're ever flying into Paris. Flying to Orly instead of Charles de Gaulle. It's a much better experience. The M14 train that takes you into town is brilliant. A fleeting visit into the hotel to get my ticket printed. And a very quick pause just to soak up this view from my room. So from Madrid to Paris, just like that, and what a lovely evening it is for a game of football. I would love to have a bit more time and just take in the centre of Paris for a little longer, but I've got to get straight on the train. To get to the Parc des Princes from the river, I head on to the M9 Metro at Almet-Marceau. You can also get on the M9 Metro at Trocadero. This video is slightly turning into a guide through Europe's metro systems, isn't it? Well, it is a big part of attending football matches. From Almet-Marceau, it's 10 stops to Porte de Saint-Cloud, which is the best station to get off at for the Parc des Princes. Okay, back to the football. The reason I say this is the place to get off if you are going to a Paris Saint-Germain match is because this is where there are a number of bars and restaurants. Unlike at the Bernabeu, there's not too many bars and restaurants right outside the stadium, so this is a good place to come before a match. And there's a great bar over here, there's another one over there, and the actual stadium's only about 5 minutes away or so you'll find most people will come over here. One of my favourite pre-match bars is Au Trois Au Bout. It will be busy before a game, so you may have to wait for a table, but it is worth it. Take it from me as well, they do brilliant pizzas. What you'll find in here is a perfect pre-match pizza. Another favourite is Le Prince, always packed, often a queue, but is always welcoming even to away fans. Okay, let's start walking towards the Parc des Princes. There's plenty of information points en route to the stadium, and you'll cross over Boulevard Périphérique. It's always great when you see the stadium for the first time, isn't it? You just see it there, waiting for you. Its atmosphere, its energy, palpable as you walk towards the cauldron. You'll be filtered through to the correct stadium entrance for you. And it's at this point I get my last minute ticket ready, and then all of a sudden had a feeling my entire trip was about to end.
Can I help? Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
Well, that was a scary moment. I thought the secondary ticket market had let me down. Access refused. Anyway, turns out it was just the fact I'd been directed into the wrong gate, and so it wasn't accepting the ticket, and I just had to be redirected to the gate, the next one along. Anyway, we're in, and welcome to the Parc des Princes. Straight away it's clear the Parc des Princes provides a brilliant atmosphere. Its capacity is almost half that of the Bernabeu, but the PSG fans make up for it. There's also alcohol served here, unlike at Real Madrid, and another aspect PSG's home provides, which the Bernabeu didn't, was a brilliant sunset view from inside. I mean, I don't know if you come to your football matches for the sunsets, but if you do, the Parc des Princes is for you. The San Siro is for you as well. That's another great one for a good sunset. There's plenty of food options on the concourse to get you fueled up for the match, from hot dogs and burgers to coffee stands as well. And once you're ready, it's time to enter the cauldron of the Parc des Princes. Here we go then. Champions League match day 2 in Paris. It remained goalless throughout the first half, with Champions League newcomers Girona making life difficult for Paris Saint-Germain. But there are other things to keep you entertained whilst at the Parc des Princes.
I did love last night. It was a brilliant experience, but I have to say, if you want a more traditional football day out, then this, the Parc des Princes, Paris Saint-Germain, is a brilliant place to come. And given my seat offers you an ideal view of the Eiffel Tower, you can always say to your partner, I've booked us a lovely day out. We'll be looking at the Eiffel Tower. Come here.
In the second half, the PSG fans willed their team on, and then another last-minute goal.
I don't believe it! I don't believe it!
This time, snatching a win for Paris Saint-Germain. Could my Champions League race across Europe be going any better?
Paris have won it in the last minute!
Dreadfully unlucky for Girona, but I'm pleased for the PSG fans. Their support of their team is second to none.
Wow, Paris win it late on, and for me, that's 2 Champions League match days done. Just one more to go.
And that feels like a pretty good milestone to say. If you're enjoying this video, please do like and subscribe. Thanks. It's Thursday, the 19th of September, my final day of trying to get to 3 Champions League match days in a row across 3 different European cities. And after just 16 hours in Paris, it's time to make a move.
See you, Paris. It wasn't for long, was it?
I had to get moving if I wanted to complete my challenge. A unique week for the Champions League, having 3 match days on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, and I was determined to get to all 3. So at 7 AM I began to make my way to the airport, and on the journey looked at what options I had. I thought about Monaco, who were playing Barcelona, but I didn't want to do another French side. Atletico are playing as well, but I've done Madrid. Other games just weren't working logistically, apart from one.
I've decided to go to Atalanta tonight. They're playing Arsenal. I've booked my ticket on the website Live Football Net, so that's all sorted. And if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. I started my journey at Real Madrid, the champions of the Champions League, and I'll be ending my journey at the home of the Europa League champions, Atalanta.
Atalanta play in Bergamo, which is east of Milan. So to get this challenge finished off, I booked a flight to Milan Malpensa, stood still in speedy boarding, got a magnificent view of the Alps, touched down in my 3rd country in as many days, boarded the €10 bus from Malpensa airport to the centre of Milan, which does give you a nice view of the San Siro stadium, and then was finally able to say,
welcome to Milan.
I can't stop for long, of course. I have a train to catch to get me to my final destination.
Atalanta kick off at 9 PM local time tonight. I'm scheduled to arrive into Bergamo at 4 o'clock, which gives me around 5 hours. I've not been there before Bergamo, so I'm looking forward to exploring a new destination. I am still waiting for my ticket to be delivered, but I booked it so last minute. I am hoping it will be with me by the time I get to Bergamo. Everything on this trip so far has worked out perfectly well. No real flight delays, connections have been good, tickets have worked, which of course is a big part of this story. Seeing how reliable the secondary football ticket market is. Everything has been really good, and the final piece of the jigsaw is in the next few hours. We are on the home stretch. Let's get this train.
Here it is, platform 12, the Champions League Express. Bergamo is 50 minutes from Milan on the train, and this should have been a time of pure joy for me. I was on my last bit of public transport. Nothing could stop me now on my challenge to get to 3 Champions League games in 3 nights across 3 different European cities. But instead, I had had word that all was not right, and my plan was about to come to an end.
So, what's happened is, whilst I was on the train there, I've had a phone call and also an email from Football Ticket Net, and my ticket for tonight's game between Atalanta and Arsenal in the Champions League. My third Champions League match in 3 nights has been cancelled. Basically, what's happened is, because I live in the UK, my card is registered in the UK. As that sale has gone through, the club have realised it's a UK-based card and therefore aren't willing to sell. Because Arsenal are the away team, no residents of the UK can attend the match in a non-away section of the ground. To say I'm gutted is an understatement. I, in just 3 days, have travelled so far, had incredible experiences, and all day have been excited about witnessing the third and final match for me on this journey tonight between Atalanta and Arsenal. I really wanted to see what the atmosphere was like for Atalanta fans in their first Champions League game. I guess, look, this is a tale of doing things last minute and flying by the seat of your pants. And perhaps I should have thought, hang on a minute, I might not get a ticket here as a UK-based fan. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but a UK-based resident. Maybe there'll be an issue. I just, in the rushing around, travelling, getting flights, hotels, choosing where to go, it didn't occur to me. I saw there was a ticket available. I really wanted to come here. I thought it would be great to tick off Italy on this journey after Spain and France, and yeah. Plus I can fly home tomorrow from here very easily. It's not to be though. Anyway, we're here now, aren't we? So let's have a little look around the town. I'll go up to the stadium and just soak up some of the atmosphere, and then perhaps find a nice bar to watch the match in and enjoy it with Atalanta fans. What a journey. I knew I was tired, but I feel really tired now.
I should point out, Football Ticket Net were absolutely brilliant with me, courteous in their emails and phone calls, and gave me a full refund as well. There were away tickets available, but way out of my budget for this trip. But I'll get back to Bergamo another time to showcase to you an Atalanta game. So time to walk up to the stadium. It'll take about 30 minutes from the town centre, and on the way you'll pass this place called Morla, a wonderful little bar to stop off at.
Well, I'm pleased I stopped there for a pre-match drink. A wonderful setting, but also I met 2 wonderful people as well. Roberto and Alessia, Atalanta fans, and they're having a drink as they always do in that bar before walking up this road to the stadium. And they have given me some tips on the best place to go if you don't have a ticket to an Atalanta game. So that is good insider knowledge, which I am going to follow.
The stadium is just another 5-minute walk up from that bar, and when you reach it, you'll realise just how charming it is.
This facade of this football stadium actually reminds me a little bit of the stadiums that Archibald Leach designed. Very famous Scottish football stadium architect. Can you name any of the stadiums he designed? Comment below. I mean, I think this is obviously quite modern, and they've just done this to make it look old, but it's impressive, it looks nice. I know I don't have a ticket for tonight, and I have come to terms with that, but this is still a great preview of what a pre-match atmosphere is like here in Bergamo for an Atalanta game. It's lovely actually, it's a wonderful atmosphere in a great location. I mean, compared to the glitz and the glamour of the Bernabeu for Real Madrid 2 nights ago, and then the passion and the loyalty shown by the Paris Saint-Germain fans last night to this. There's a real community feel here, which is lovely to witness. And the setting for the stadium is, it's really good.
And the hot tip from Roberto and Alessia, the Villa Sport Cafe, which sits right opposite the stadium. Fans gather here before every match, and if you don't have a ticket, it provides the perfect place to watch it too. And at least I got to hear my third Champions League anthem play out before kick-off, albeit from across the road. Thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment with any questions below as well. You can watch more videos here and you can find out more at sportstraveltom.com.